The season is gradually coming to its end, and as a Manchester United fan, finishing third this season is a great achievement for the club, right? Confirming that Carrick would continue as the manager, I think that is another good decision that is the hierarchy of the club has made, um, giving him that 2 year contract, I believe, with a possible 1 year extension. It shows confidence in the coach. The players will believe in the project. Um, and this is to all this most, not most people, some of the some part of the fans that are when we talk about structure and things like that, and they make comment about unions and all these things, and these are people who have they've never run a barber shop, and they talk about businessmen that knows what it takes to run businesses, and they talk about them like, oh, they run in a club without structure. I laugh at those things when I hear that, but I can see what Ineos is doing. Um, I can see what the project is looking like. We just need to see more. Can they do more? Yes, they can do more. But don't forget that this right here is a club that over the past 13 years, a lot is rotten, right? There's been a lot of damage. So they're not picking it up from a place of stabilization, right? They first have to fix a lot of things, right? Some things they can't even fix in a year or two, right? So it takes a lot. It takes a lot. But gradually, they are making changes to the footballing aspect of the club, which is essentially what drives revenue, what excites the fans, right? The football aspect is, your team playing good football, things like that. And to all these people that talked about, oh, carry, is this how we are going to play? Blah blah. Even I said things to the point of we had our winnings, but some of the games I wasn't so pleased with the gameplay, right? But I understood that you cannot bring in an interim coach who has few games to go to the end of the season, and you're trying to achieve certain things, right? You're trying to go to the Champions League, and you want him to inculcate and to bring a style of play. It's very impossible. It's just common sense, right? That you just have to get the boys to play basics and put don't put square pegs in holes that are not square, right? Play players where they are supposed to be played, right? Don't tinker, don't do anything of such. We have good players, right? They can, and it showed, right? They can achieve something. What the club has to do now is to back Michael Carrick, right? We need to show intention. We need to show ambition going into the summer transfer window. Players that we need to get that are not going to the World Cup. There's no reason why we have to delay on them. Players like Matheus Fernandez, if the club actually wants him, they need to make that statement. They need to show their hands. Show your hands early. There's no time. Because some players will go to the Champions League, to the World Cup that we need, then we have to delay till after the World Cup to get. Then they perform well in the World Cup, their stock will go up. Then we have to. So the ones that are not going, there is no reason. I don't see that is the only place where I'll start having issues with Ineos. We need to move. We need to strike fast because they have all the structure in place. They have these people in place. They have Vivel. They have the like of Vivel and some of the scouting team. So we need to make moves. They need to show intention, ambition, and they need to back Carrick because looking at the news about Guardiola leaving the Premier League, that is going to weaken Manchester City. There's nothing like don't forget structure, forget anything. Like it was just like when Sir Alex Ferguson left Manchester United. What Guardiola has achieved in Manchester City is ridiculous, right? We cannot say anything bad about. He is a great coach. He has done exploits in the Premier League. So another person coming in, Mares, he is not Guardiola. He would have some of his own ideas, right? So it does not automatically translate to success. They have new players that needs to be integrated. So that is going to weaken them. Maybe not to the level like so low because maybe they have certain structure in place and they've planned for this. But they are not the favorite. Unfortunately, they are not the favorite next season. Arsenal will be the favorite next season. With Arteta still being there, he's the most experienced right now among the top teams. Chelsea is having a new coach. We don't know how that will play out just yet. It might come in and do great. It might come in and it might be otherwise, right? They have a pretty young squad. The way Bluco is running that club, nobody understands right now. So it's a totally different. They did their own side. I mean, they have that. They are not playing Champions League next season, so maybe they might have some opportunities here and there. But with Carrick continuing in Manchester City, that is where I'm going to. That stabilization and bringing in the right players in time, supporting him because we already have a base. That front is already strong enough. If you look at the spine, The keeper is already there. We have a keeper we can confidently, back. All now that we are missing it, even our defense is not terrible. I know the lead has done his surgery, right? So we still have Maguire has a 1 year extension. So I don't think they are touching that center back. So that is fixed. We have players that can play, right? Now they need to focus on that spine going forward, right? So is that midfield with Casemiro leaving? We need that player. A lot of people are clamoring for Elliot Anderson. He's a good option, but whoever it's going to be, they need to make their move. And we don't need one. We need more than one midfielder. And now we can then look at left back, and we can look at maybe one player up top on the left wing side. And that should keep us, I won't say win the Premier League, except, we can really push Arsenal for it next season. I think we have a great, because I don't see Liverpool as that strong contender. I'm not really convinced in Arne Slot. I think he was a one season wonder. He just had that fluke that first season. If it was this their previous coach club, I'd say he has an upper hand now that Guardiola has left. But so I see Manchester United with what we have achieved in these past few games towards the end of it. It shows that see the teams we beat, right? See the games we played. Now having a full preseason with these players by Carrick and then integrating buying players, right? Because the signings that has come in since seniors has been here has been good. Most of them have been good signings. So if they continue in that similar fashion and we get players that are solid, I think we can push Arsenal next season. Maybe there might be an upset that the Premier League comes home to Manchester United early. We get our hands on the trophy early, and it's no longer Project 20, whatever the board says it is. But they are still favorite. But if we can stay in that top 3 next season, I think we'll get our hands on the trophy in the next 2 or 3 seasons. But we need to sign right. We need to we need to back Michael Carrick. We need to make the right signings as well. And we'll see how next season turns up. Glory, glory, Manchester United.